Hi. I'm talking about Willie. I met Willie on the Stern Show. I beat him in a rolling contest, and then he played with our band, The Losers. I actually got to play the song on the road again with Willie Nelson, which is one of the highlights of 15 years on the Stern Show. Then years later, I wound up on the famous bus getting stoned with Willie, and nothing quite like it. And I'll tell you a horrible story. I have a bunch of dirty comedy CDs out, and after Willie came on the show, I sent a bunch of them to his office and to Gator and the guys. And when we were in Willie's bus to smoke pot, of course he couldn't find a match, so I'm looking for a match in the bus. There's all little drawers and everything, and I pulled out a drawer, and there was a copy of one of my CDs, and I was so excited that my CD is in Willie Nelson's bus, and I take it out, and it's still in the shrink wrap. It was like the classic good news, crappy news story. I said, Willie, you son of a bitch, you didn't have to listen to it, but you could have opened it up, for Christ's sake. But he's such a delightful guy and so mellow. And I'm involved with the Marijuana Policy Project now. And when I was sitting with the girl when she found out that Willie gave the okay for this show, and she said, will you host it? And I said, I'll crawl to Austin to host this show. So this is my pleasure, and thanks for being good to Willie, because I love him.
I don't know. What do we do? You ever do an interview thing, ask some questions? Yeah. So you worked for years on the Stern Show?
I was the head writer of the Howard Stern Show for 15 years.
That is quite of a run. That's a run.
You know what? I always tell people, marriages, bands, TV shows, nothing lasts 15 years.
Yeah, nothing at all.
I mean, they're still going, but 15 years, I was so proud of it. And I got up, I was a rock and roller, even though I stunk.
Yeah.
And I went into comedy, which was 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 in the morning, and all of a sudden one day I'm on the Stern Show and we're getting up at 4:30 in the morning. For 15 years, I got up at 4:30. It's like a blur. And then one day I woke up and I was rich, and what the hell happened?
What the hell happened? Well, tell me how to do it.
I'll tell you what happened. Because I met people like James Taylor and Joe Walsh and Leslie West, and meeting Mickey Mantle and people like that, and meeting Willie Nelson.
Oh yeah, Willie's great. He's it.
It's just so time. I mean, I remember in the mid-'70s. Getting a house with a bunch of guys who rent a house on the beach and just dancing around, cleaning the house to the Outlaws CD. They weren't even CDs then, they were LPs. Waylon and Willie, and dance around, going. And now I'm hanging out with the guys. Like, what? How did that happen?
Well, you're
marijuana.
Well, you're a very talented man.
Thanks.
Very funny comedian. I want to know too, because they call you the Joke Man. Is that something you came up with early in your career, or was that just your nickname and it stuck?
It's very weird because Howard Stern's 180-degree opposite is Rick Dees from California.
Oh, yeah.
In 1982, I was giving Rick Dees jokes for his radio program, and they got too dirty, the ones he was getting for free. He said, will you make some special jokes for me? I said, all right. He said, how about we call you Jackie the Joke Man Martling? So it was, of all people, it was Rick Dees from California. That's a great trivia question. And
that is a great trivia question. I would have had no idea, Rick Dees. That's like a weird parallel universe.
It's like one of those true-false questions, if you saw that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people don't believe that, and I think that's. And there was a time when I was on the Stern Show and the Rick Dees Show at the same time, and they couldn't be more opposite.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so it's such great fun. I've been, this is what happens when you're around for 25,000 years.
Yeah, that's the thing where at that point you can just call anybody that said you don't have range and go kiss my ass.
right.
Here on most shows.
Power of no. The power of no.
That's just great. Yeah.
Give us a. We're hanging out backstage. Ready?
We're hanging out backstage with Jackie the Joke Man Martin.
Martling. Do it again.
Martling.
Get my fucking name
Martling.
right.
Sorry about that. Okay, do it again.
Please.
No, you do.
Jackie the Joke Man Martling. Chinese verb, Martling.
Martling. Okay. We're hanging out backstage at the backyard with Jackie the Joke Man Martling. Is that better? Was that close?
Yeah, it's very close.
Was that close? I tried to get close.
It's the backyard.
Yeah. Oh, backyard. Yeah, and I'm wearing like a shirt from Korea, and yet it's not helping.
I was going to tell you how good you look, but I didn't want you to take it wrong.
Oh, there we go. I wouldn't take it wrong. I wouldn't. Not that time.
Thank you.
Yeah.